Imagine your mind as a garden. This garden can be a place of peace, beauty, and abundance, or it can be overgrown with weeds, neglected, and barren. The choice is ours. Just like a garden, our minds need care and attention to thrive. Buddha's teachings offer profound wisdom to help us cultivate a fertile mind, ready to blossom with knowledge and understanding. When we approach our studies with a clear and focused mind, we create the ideal conditions for learning and growth. This means letting go of distractions, calming our thoughts, and cultivating a sense of inner peace. Through simple yet powerful techniques, we can transform our minds into vibrant gardens of learning. Before we begin planting seeds in our garden of the mind, we must consider our motivation. Why do we wish to learn? What are the seeds of intention we are sowing? Are we driven by a desire to learn? Are we driven by a thirst for knowledge and self-improvement? Buddha taught that our intentions shape our actions and experiences. When our motivation is rooted in a deep sense of purpose, our studies transform into a journey of self-discovery and growth, fueled by a genuine love of learning. This intrinsic motivation is like sunshine for our garden, providing the energy to sprout and thrive. Let us cultivate a love of learning for its own sake and watch as our garden of the mind flourishes. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing our full attention to the present moment without judgment. Just as a gardener tends to each plant with care, mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise. In the context of studying, mindfulness helps us to stay present with the task at hand, rather than getting lost in worries about the past or future. When we notice our mind wandering, we gently guide it back to the present moment, to the words on the page, to the problem we are trying to solve. Imagine you are trying to study, but your mind is racing with thoughts about an upcoming exam. Mindfulness allows us to recognize these thoughts as simply thoughts, like passing clouds in the sky. By cultivating mindfulness, we create a space of calm and clarity within ourselves. This allows us to approach our studies with greater focus, concentration, and ease. In our busy modern world, distractions are abundant. Our phones buzz with notifications, our minds race with to-do lists, and it can feel nearly impossible to focus on a single task. However, just as a gardener removes weeds to allow their plants to thrive, we can cultivate focus by minimizing distractions and training our minds to stay present. One simple yet powerful technique is to create a dedicated study space. This could be a quiet corner in your home, a library, or even a park bench. The key is to find an environment that is conducive to concentration, free from unnecessary distractions. Start by setting a timer for a short period, perhaps 10 or 15 minutes, and commit to focusing solely on your studies during that time. When it wanders, gently guide it back to the task at hand. Just as a gardener's consistent care leads to a flourishing garden, our consistent effort to cultivate focus leads to a mind that is clear, sharp, and ready to learn. Dealing with distractions. Weeds in the garden. Even with the best intentions, distractions are inevitable. Our minds are like gardens, constantly bombarded by seeds carried on the wind. Some of these seeds are helpful, like seeds of inspiration or curiosity. Others are like weeds, thoughts that distract us from our goals and hinder our progress. When these thoughts arise, it's important to remember the gardener's wisdom. We don't have to engage with every seed that lands in our garden. Instead of getting caught up in these distracting thoughts, we can practice mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness and cultivating a non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts, we create a mental environment where focus and concentration can flourish. Patience and persistence, nurturing growth. In the garden of our minds, patience and persistence are essential virtues. Just as a gardener patiently tends to their plants, watering them, weeding them, and providing the right conditions for growth, we too must cultivate patience and persistence in our studies. Learning takes time and effort. There will be moments of frustration, moments when we feel like we are not making progress. It is during these times that we must remember the gardener's wisdom. Growth is a gradual process. Just as a seed takes time to sprout and blossom, so too does knowledge take time to take root and flourish in our minds. When we encounter challenges in our studies, instead of giving in to frustration, let us approach them with curiosity and a growth mindset. Our commitment to learning, our willingness to persevere even when faced with challenges, is what will ultimately lead to growth and understanding. The fruits of our labor, knowledge and understanding. As we tend to our garden of the mind, with mindfulness, focus, patience, and persistence, we begin to see the fruits of our labor. Our understanding deepens, our knowledge expands, and we develop new skills and abilities. This growth is not only intellectually stimulating, but also deeply rewarding. The knowledge we acquire through dedicated study is not merely an accumulation of facts and figures. It is a transformation of our being, a deepening of our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Just as a gardener delights in the beauty and bounty of their garden, so too can we find joy and fulfillment in the process of learning and discovery. By sharing our knowledge, we not only contribute to the collective wisdom of humanity, but we also deepen our own understanding. Finding peace in the process, embracing the journey. In our pursuit of knowledge and understanding, it's easy to get caught up in the destination and forget to appreciate the journey. We may fixate on achieving a certain grade, passing an exam, or reaching a specific level of mastery. However, Buddha's teachings remind us that true peace and fulfillment are found not in reaching the destination, but in embracing the journey itself. Just as a gardener finds joy in the daily tending of their garden, in the simple acts of watering, weeding, and watching their plants grow, so too can we find joy in the process of learning itself. This means approaching our studies with a sense of curiosity and wonder, savoring the aha moments of discovery, and appreciating the gradual unfolding of understanding. Remember, even the most experienced gardener encounters unexpected weather, pests, or other challenges. Our ability to embrace the ups and downs of the learning process, to find joy in the journey itself, is what will ultimately lead to lasting fulfillment. Extending compassion, sharing the harvest. As we cultivate our gardens of the mind and reap the fruits of knowledge and understanding, it's important to remember that our journey is not solely about personal gain. Buddha's teachings emphasize the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of compassion in all aspects of life. Just as a gardener shares their harvest with others, we too can share the fruits of our learning with the world. This can manifest in countless ways, from tutoring a struggling student to volunteering our skills to benefit our community. When we share our knowledge and insights, we not only contribute to the collective good, but we also deepen our own understanding and cultivate a sense of purpose and connection. By offering support and encouragement to our peers, celebrating each other's successes, and practicing patience and understanding when mistakes are made, we create a more compassionate and supportive learning environment for everyone. By embracing compassion and sharing our knowledge freely, we create a ripple effect of positive change, fostering a world where learning is valued, celebrated, and accessible to all. The cycle continues: lifelong learning. The beauty of cultivating a garden of the mind is that it's an ongoing process, a journey without a final destination. Just as a gardener continues to tend to their garden year after year, season after season, we too can embrace the concept of lifelong learning, continuously seeking new knowledge, skills, and perspectives. In a world that is constantly evolving, the ability to adapt and embrace new information is essential. However, lifelong learning is not simply about keeping up with the latest trends or technologies. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, openness, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. By embracing lifelong learning, we ensure that our minds remain fertile, vibrant, and capable of producing a bountiful harvest of knowledge, wisdom, and compassion for years to come. Conclusion: a mindful path to success. As we have explored in this journey through the garden of the mind, Buddha's teachings offer profound wisdom for transforming our approach to studying and indeed to life itself. By cultivating mindfulness, focus, patience, persistence, and compassion, we create fertile ground for knowledge and understanding to flourish. Remember, success in our studies and in life is not solely measured by external achievements. True success lies in cultivating a mind that is calm, clear, and compassionate, a mind that is open to learning, growth, and the interconnectedness of all things. By integrating these principles into our daily lives, we not only enhance our academic pursuits, but also cultivate inner peace, wisdom, and a deep sense of fulfillment that extends far beyond the classroom. The path to a meaningful and successful life, like the path to a thriving garden, requires ongoing care, attention, and a deep appreciation for the journey itself.